Hello YouTube, this is Leslie coming at you live from Tejas, otherwise known as Texas to you people who aren't from around here. Um, this is my week 3 update, post-op VSG. I missed on my second week. I live in Denmark, but I had to fly home again. This is my second trip in a very short period of time. My grandmother fell ill. She's sick. I can't talk. Anyway, nothing like major, but she's old. She's 90, gonna be 91 this year, and for the first time, dealing with some arthritic pain and just pretty much bedridden because of it, and just not doing well. I guess it's just she's just old, and maybe her time is getting close. So I came home, only 2 weeks post-op actually, and did the flight and came home. And I think this unscheduled travel, along with other factors, has kind of thrown me for a loop. I mean, I've kind of been in I won't say a tailspin, but things just haven't been going that great as far as my lifestyle changes and learning how to use my tool and, doing what I need to do to get where I want to go.
We'll be back after a while.
Alrighty. I'm at my dad's house, and he was just letting me know they were going. Any minute now the dogs will probably start barking too, because he's got like a herd of dogs here, and they are yippy. Anywho, but I think, as far as recovering from surgery, that's gone very well. Maybe a little too well. I can see that, like, a lot of people here, after surgery, they can't hardly drink, they can't hardly eat, they can't hardly get any calories in, and I mean, I'm not gonna say it's just been super easy the whole time as far as that stuff goes. But as far as like actually physically drinking, I can drink my fluids, no problem. I mean, sometimes I have to slow down a little bit, but as long as I don't use a straw and I don't take great big gulps, like if I just, kind of just sip it, steady, I get my fluids in. And, as far as eating, well, I have a big confession to make. My surgeon had a very lenient eating plan after surgery. The first week was thin liquids, second was full liquids, third week was mushies, and the fourth week was regular food. And I think at the end of the first week I started experimenting with like mushies, and through the course of the second week I started experimenting with, more firm foods and just really chewing them very well. And now, my third week, I've pretty much eaten what I want. I mean, I haven't eaten like a big O steak. Yeah, well, big O. I'm never going to get anything big O down. But I haven't eaten steak, because I feel like that would be a little bit too dense and too heavy. But, other than that, I've pretty much eaten what I've wanted to. Now, I have tried to stay, I have tried to do the protein first. That I have done. And I think as far as whether or not I get my protein in, it's kind of hit and miss. And I really need to use my FitnessPal more to document my protein intake, because I find that I'm having a hard time keeping track of it. I start out really good in the day because I'm at home at my dad's house and I eat, stuff that I have here. But then if I'm out during the day, generally I'm gonna, get something out in, somewhere. And unless it's like a sit down restaurant where I can order like a specific portion of meat, like a chicken breast or something of that nature, then it can be kind of hit and miss. And I find that in the restaurants, and yes, I've been to restaurants, I find that it's harder for me to respect my sleeve as far as not overeat because they serve you so much food. And even though, I think to myself, well, I'm only going to take this little bit, I'll push it until it starts getting uncomfortable, and then I'll be like, "Ooh," and then I get real quiet, and I stop. But the sleeve, it does restrict me, so I can't just eat, and but I think what I can eat though is depending on how heavy it is, I can have like a. This morning I had a yogurt. I think it was like a 6-ounce cup of Greek yogurt, and I ate that no problem. I can eat if it's like a heavier protein. I can eat one and a half, maybe 2 ounces. Well, if it's like chicken, maybe 1.5, and if it's like fish, I can do maybe two. Excuse me, 2 ounces almost. So that's that, and I have to tell you, I am confounded by my weight because my first week, my first pro stop week, I dropped what was it? It was 3.9 kilos, so that's 8.6 pounds. And I did that, and I thought, well, that's good. It's decent. I mean, it wasn't like, woohoo, some people, losing tons of weight, But, I mean, that was a respectable weight loss, I thought, and I wasn't ever sick. I didn't ever have days where I couldn't hardly even drink water. I mean, I was post-op, woke up in recovery, and drank 300 mils of liquid in the time I was in recovery, and I think I was there 2 or 3 hours, and I mean, I could drink from day one. I've been able to get fluids down. My second week, I think it was like the day before I traveled to the States again. I'd lost only 1 pound. And I didn't really understand that because I was like, well, what's the deal? I mean, I didn't see, why I didn't lose more, but I thought, okay, my body, it's just fluctuating, and I don't know, And then earlier this week, I dropped 3 pounds. And well, actually, it was like 2 days ago. I got up in the morning and my weight had gone down 3 pounds. And I thought, awesome. Now, I'm actually, to this morning I weighed myself, 258 pounds. So I'm actually slightly up, 0.7 pounds up from last week. And I'm like, what the heck? Because, I mean, I didn't think it was possible. Because even though I'm eating regular food, I'm still like the number of calories I'm getting in is just I don't think I'm getting more than 600 calories a day, even with that, and I don't know. I mean, I guess I don't know. I've been drinking fluids, but I don't necessarily get like pure water. Maybe I need to drink just more plain water. I've been doing a lot of iced tea because in the South we love our iced tea. And maybe I just need to do pure water. Maybe I need to be more attentive as to whether or not I'm getting enough protein. A couple days ago I started walking. I hadn't really been doing that, but I started walking, and was doing I did, the last 3 days I've done a mile a day, and I'm going to go out later on today and get my walk in before I have to go anywhere. But yeah, so I think I'm kind of a mixed bag because on the one hand, I don't know, I mean, I don't think I'm eating that terribly, but perhaps if I use FitnessPal, I'd realize I was eating more terrible than I think I am. I don't know. I'm not, it's impossible for me to binge, I don't know. I don't, to be honest, I don't really get it, and I'm actually kind of upset because I feel kind of embarrassed. I'm like, God, I had bariatric surgery and I'm not losing weight. Like, what the hell, It's just like crazy. Um, and then I think, it's kind of stupid if I'm not getting all my protein in because I don't have a problem getting it, physically eating it. So if I'm not getting it in, it's just lack of attentiveness, it's lack of awareness on my part, which is like total loserville. So I have to be honest, I'm upset, and I'm kind of upset with myself, and I feel like I'm failing at this. I'm doing it wrong. Someone wrote to me that surgery doesn't fix the mind. And that's so true. That's really, really true. And I don't know, I mean, and by the way, like me, like just doing what I want as far as a diet, I don't know, people are probably going to think I'm crazy or stupid or whatever. And again, I think it's kind of a bad combination of one, doing so well post-op, not really having any major problems at all, and tolerating things as well as I have. I mean, I've had a couple times where it was very uncomfortable, and from that I learned not to do, not to eat, not to take that extra bite, or not to be pushing things, and taught me to be more mindful. So I am more, I become more and more mindful as I'm eating, to be aware of what, I'm how much I'm putting in and all that. But I lost my train of thought. But yeah, I mean, I guess I've just had it too easy. I haven't, like Laura Bean was talking about how she could like barely get her fluids in, and she could barely get her proteins in, and man, I do fine. As long as if I'm just mindful of it, I can get all that in. I really can, and if I don't, it's really, a failing on my part. It's a failing on my mind, my mentality, that I'm not doing what I need to do, and it frustrates me because I'm like, oh my God, I waited so long to get the surgery, and so and I was planning on it and reading on it, and I'm very educated about it. Oh, and the thing was, like, as far as like me, fudging on the diet restrictions, because I'm a nurse, so here I am. And you might say that makes me even more stupid, or I mean, for me, it's like I'm reasoning it out. I'm thinking, well, why shouldn't I have more solid foods, or the foods that I want, if I chew it very well? If I chew it very well, well, then it's practically pureed. And if I can have pureed food, then why can't I have this stewed beef that I've chewed, that was very tender to start with, that I've chewed. Why shouldn't I just eat that? And I'm thinking, well, the first thing that would happen if there is something wrong is I'd feel some pain and discomfort, which would be a sign to me to stop. And and as far as like the whole stretching of the pouch and so on and so forth, I've just watching several videos like with Dr. Alvarez, and reading, and honestly, I really don't, just from what I've been reading, I don't think that's like a huge risk factor. I mean, one of the advantages of the sleeve is that on the part of the stomach that is left, the part, after they take everything else, this is like the least stretchy part of your stomach. So of course you don't want to risk getting a hiatal hernia, so you don't want to be like overstuffing every single day, but I just felt like, and as well, I know that my surgeon, when he did the surgery, he used a tool, which is probably standard, where like when it does like the surgery line, or when it makes the incision, it puts 3 lines of staples on each side of that cutting line. So as it cuts, it's putting in 3 lines of staples. That's a heck of a lot of staples. I mean, I'm just thinking, I really wasn't afraid of rupturing anything. I really wasn't, and it wasn't like I was going that crazy at it. But by all means, people, don't use me as an example. Don't think that you can do it too just because I've done it. And I certainly haven't produced any weight loss results to brag about. So, I feel like, I wish I'd have been more affected. I wish that I'd have been more sick, because then I'd probably be sitting here with like, oh, I've lost 20 pounds, and I can't. I'm like at a standstill. I'm not going to say I'm at a stall because it's like way early in the game, but at the moment I'm at a standstill. And, I just feel like I'm doing everything wrong. I'm not following the rules. I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do. And, like I'm just trifling with it, and it's just like, I don't know. I mean, this wasn't how I thought things were going to go. I guess I have to work on me, I guess. I guess I really have to commit. And I thought I had committed to this journey, but I guess I haven't. And I've got to do it. So that's what I'm going to do. So I have started walking. I bought myself a kitchen scale so I can measure, weigh out my food. I'm gonna try to. Well, I'm not. I'm not gonna say I'm not going to try. I'm going to use my Fitness Pal and document, my food intake so I can keep track of things. And I guess anything else I can think of that I need to do to do this journey, I will do it. Now, I have been taking my vitamins. Yeah, little pat on the back. Yes, I've been taking my vitamins. Woohoo! So that's at least one thing I've done right. But I just feel like I'm just jacking this thing up all over the place, And I mean, Lord knows I have distractions enough, but everybody has distractions, Everybody has things they're having to do. I'm flying back home again in another week's time. So that'll be like another little mini upheaval in the middle of everything. But what are you going to do? What are you going to do? So, anywho, I'm going to sign off now. This is getting to be a really long video. I'm sorry about the length. I picked up a few new subscribers here recently. I want to thank you guys for subscribing. I'm sorry I'm not a more inspirational person. I am more what not to do. This is what I am. And I want to, just give a shout out to everybody. Oh, by the way, Miss Jody Joe, so she has PCOS, and she said that her surgeon told her that she would be a slow loser. And I have PCOS, and my surgeon didn't mention this at all. In fact, I have barely had any contact with my surgeon, but no one said anything like that to me. And so now I'm wondering if maybe that, along with everything else, might be a explanation of why things are, just going so slowly. Because honestly, you would think that if you have a calorie intake of like max 600, or let's say on a really wild day maybe 800 calories, which I really doubt, you would think that that has got to lead to some weight loss. But no. So I don't know. But in any case, Jody, I'm really glad that you shared that, and I think I'm going to keep that in mind anyway, as I eliminate other factors that may be affecting me negatively. Then if I get down to that's the last thing, then, I don't know, maybe I can talk to doctors, maybe they can help me, because at the moment I'm not taking any medication for that at all. I was taking metformin before surgery as a hormone therapy for my PCOS, and I'm not doing it now. So I don't know, because I was thinking that maybe if I had that it would help, but then I was worried that I might get hypoglycemic, so I do know. Anywho, I'm going to sign off now. This is almost 20 minutes. I'm sorry about the length, guys. I've been watching your videos and I'm really enjoying it. Laura Bean, you're doing so well. And Danny's girl, she looks wonderful, doesn't she? So skinny. And so many others. Everyone, take care, and I'll see you again in a week. Bye-bye.